Hey racers, John Racer3 today, back for another case unboxing. This is going to be the second case I've unboxed so far in the case unboxings, and we've got the 2024 Hot Wheels L case. I was a little confused about the case numbers the last case I did because I thought this was the case number for the last case, but the last case was the K case. This is the L case, and it just arrived, so I'm going to open it up now and get started opening these cars for you guys. But as I'm doing this, I want to remind you guys that if you guys are interested in buying any of these cars that you see opened on this video, they will be up for sale on my Whatnot in the form of just groups of cars and mystery boxes. So if that interests you and you want to get yourself some free cars, use the Whatnot link in the description of the video where you can get some money in your Whatnot account if you're a first-time user, and you can use that money to buy some of my cars, which I think is a pretty good deal. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We got the, what is this, L case I said? We got some very nice cars in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull some of them out. If I already looked at the car, let's say last week, then I'm gonna go ahead and just skip right through them and get to the really new stuff, because now that this is the second case, I'll actually have cars that I've seen before that I can just put away and then put back on my storefront to sell to you guys. So I'm gonna stop yapping. Let's just go ahead and get started with these cars, with only one new car in this lineup here. We've seen the Groomobile before, and we've seen the Lay and Lowrider before from the previous case, but we've got a 94 Audi Avant RS2. I love the color on this Audi. I think it looks very nice. That is a very good looking car, and we're definitely going to put this in the tournament later this video. If you guys don't know, I post tournaments of the fastest cars in each case, and that will be happening as soon as I'm done unboxing this case. So taking a look here, we got 3 fantasy cars that were carryovers from the previous case. Go ahead and set those aside. Ooh, now we got Lane Lowrider and the Land Rover. Those are both cars we've seen before, but the car we have not seen before is the Pagani Utopia. Take a look at this thing. A beautiful looking Hot Wheels hypercar, new for 2024. A hypercar that I do not have yet, which is very exciting. Born in 2022 in Italy, designed by Pagani themselves. And this is a fantastic looking casting. I think this is a great color to choose for the first release of this casting, and I'm sure that this casting in future releases is going to have some really nice colors. So looking forward to opening this up and putting it on the track for sure. All right, let's see what we got here. We got some carryovers from the last case, which is the Pontiac Aztec as a carryover, and the Dragster is also a carryover, but we got Car de Asada. We've got a little taco car there. Some interesting color choices, I'd say. We got the blue taco shell with the red taco innards, and then you've got the little race car driver helmet there in the middle too. I haven't seen that. That's pretty cool. Set that one aside. What else we got? We got a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, a Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. Both of these cars are carryovers from the last case, which means they're just going to go back up for sale on my Whatnot. Then we have Surf Duty, which I believe is new to this case, but it is a fantasy car, and I am not the biggest collector of fantasy cars. So put this up to the camera, let you guys know this is coming to your store very, very soon, but I will not be racing it. All right, let's see what else we got. We got the Jeep J10 and the Magnus Walker Porsche Carrera, both carryovers from the last case, but a car that's not a carryover is the Terratractyl. Man, Hot Wheels is getting really creative with these car names. I gotta be honest. This thing is number 143. I like the decals on the side. I love it when Hot Wheels just adds the super small, easy to miss graphics on the sides of these cars. And looking up close, this thing looks pretty cool. Have not seen it, don't have it in my collection. We might as well test it out on the track, see how fast it can go. Next up, we got the 90 Acura NSX and a Chrysler Pacifica, 2 more carryovers from the previous case. And then we've got the Boom Car. This is a car that has released before. I didn't know it showed up in the Hot Wheels Let's Race series. That's kind of cool. But if you've never seen this car before, you can just flick Lego people out of this car. So you can attach Lego people to the little handlebars on the front there, if you can see that. And yeah, it's pretty cool colors, I'd say, for this car. Some of the better colors we've seen for it for sure. All right, let's see what we got here. Acura NSX and the Surf Duty, both carryovers from the last case. But then we got the 67 Lotus Type 49, which just hit the camera there. Sorry about that. This thing looks super cool. Love the wheels on this. This is a new for 2024 casting with the Team Lotus livery. I love the Lotus colors, especially in their older race cars. And I think Hot Wheels doing more of these kinds of race cars just looks super cool. Super happy about that. I love the details on it, and I really hope this thing is fast, because usually with race cars, when they end up being fast, that's the kind of super like race car that I really find enjoyment in my collection. So here we go. Let's take another look at these cars just flying through this case. We got another Bumblebee Transformers car from the last case, and the Track Dragon is also from the other case. Don't have a list, but that's actually the name of the car. But new for this case, it looks like, is the 70 Dodge Charger RT Hot Wheels art car. This thing is a bright pink. I haven't collected a Dodge Charger RT in my collection that isn't black in years. So having Hot Wheels spice it up with some pink, I think is pretty cool. That will definitely be tested out on the track to see how fast it can go. Now checking out some of these other cars, we got another Bumblebee and another Pagani Utopia. Since this is another extra, this is going to be for sale on my Whatnot by the time this video comes out. If that interests you guys at all, I'm just going to keep plugging that. Sorry if that gets annoying. But new for this case, we got a Jaguar F-Type Project 7. Now the Project 7 has come out in so many colors. It's kind of hard to keep track how many times it's come out, but I am a big fan of this color. Got like the dark red maroonish type color with the silver wheels and the black interior. A very good looking match, and the Project 7 is a very fast Hot Wheels casting. I've only found the Project 7s in 5-packs to be like abnormally fast, like championship contender fast, but this is still going to be a fast car that will probably make it to the L Case highlights in the Distance Championship. So keep an eye out for that, but we will race it after we're done unboxing this case. Let's take a look here what other cars we got. We got a Nissan Skyline and another 24/7. Both of these cars were carryovers from the last case. But then we got a 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and I love the colors of this thing. Typically with the trucks, they don't really fit on the track. But I'm really hoping this thing does. The wheels look a little skinnier than they do on just like some of the other off-road trucks, and I love how it's just the dirt wheels as well, the brown wheels. You don't see that a lot in these off-road Hot Wheels models, and I just love this color blue. I think if I were to own a Toyota Tacoma, it would be in this blue, because that just like matte baby blue there looks super cool. Love that. All right, and then finishing off the first like layer of this case, we've got Rink Racer and another Batmobile from the animated series, both carryovers from the last case. And then we have Trouble Decker. This is a double-decker bus, it looks like, from the Hot Wheels Let's Race series. Pretty cool. Not my favorite Hot Wheels casting, especially in these colors. I think the blue and orange, it's very on brand, at least for my colors, but it's not very double-decker bus colors. I really think the double-decker bus really works in like the British red that you see it in, and then maybe an alternative variation of those colors, but I don't know if it really works with these colors, so I don't think I'm going to be racing that one. Not super interested in it. And let's go ahead, let's get ourselves into the next layer of cars here. Maybe we can pull a Super. That would be pretty sick. Has not happened in a while though. We got a Pontiac Aztek carryover from last case. But let's go ahead and take a look at these two trucks that are new for this case. We got Limited Grip, which was actually in the top 10 of the Distance Championship pretty recently. It is no longer in the top 10, but this is a very good looking livery for this car. I love the yellow wheels on it. Definitely make it stand out. And I like it. The Limited Grip is a pretty fast casting, so might as well race it, right? And then we got a Chevy Silverado, a Then and Now series Silverado. These pickup trucks are pretty cool. They're not going to be very fast on the track. I'm sure that maybe 3 or 4 people watching this video will be super interested in the Chevy Silverado and they like to collect the trucks. That is not me, unfortunately. The Silverado looks cool and I'll definitely race it since it is new to the case, but not one of the cars that I was looking forward to in this case. But that's okay, because Hot Wheels has to do that sometimes, you know? All right, here we go. We got another Tankinator and the Sesto. Both of those cars are carryovers from the last case. It's going to be nice. A lot of supercars going up for sale on my Whatnot for sure. But then we got a Formula E Gen 3 car. This thing is incredible. I had no idea this thing was in this case, and it looks absolutely beautiful. You got the E, got the halo on the car. Hot Wheels has made Indy cars and Formula One cars and Formula E cars, but if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time they've made one of those castings with the actual halo on it. And this thing just looks super mean. It makes me want to get like 20 of them and just have a Formula E championship. I think that would be pretty sick. But definitely excited to open that one. We'll see how fast it goes on the track. Here we got Track Dragon, Koenigsegg Jesko, and another Bugatti Bolide. These are all carryovers from the last case, so they will be up for sale on my Whatnot. That's cool. I've got a lot of comments in my last case unboxing about that Bugatti, saying that they would want it in their collection. Well, there's now one up for sale on my Whatnot. Link in the description. All right, we got one carryover. It's the Porsche Carrera Magnus Walker from the last case. And then we've got the Ducati Desert X for all of the people who like bikes. Here's the bike. All right, now we can just move on from that. We got Diora 2 with a Teku livery on it. This is from Hot Wheels Let's Race. This is probably, I mean, I understand the cult behind the Diora castings. I think this Diora casting actually is really cool. Love the colors on it, but I should probably watch Hot Wheels Let's Race if I really want to get involved in the lore behind this casting, because I don't really understand it. If you guys know like what's so crazy about this casting other than it starring in Hot Wheels animated series, let me know. But I will definitely unbox that and test it out on the track. Let's just keep going on this case. Yeah, let's Porsche 911 Turbo, carryover from last case. We got a Mazda RX-7. This is a black police livery. I believe this came out in the last case as a, not in the last case, but earlier this year as a different color. So this is the recolor of that version. I like the black version a lot more. That is pretty nice. I will open it, might as well. Nice little recolor. We got 5 Alarm. This is new for this case. It's a fire truck in blue, fire rescue. It's kind of cool, but it is a fantasy casting that I'm not the biggest fan of, so we'll just set that aside and put it in one of the mystery boxes. All right, let's keep going. We got a Bugatti Bolide in yellow again, carryover, and the Tankinator. It's going to be a lot of Bugattis for sale. Grab them when you can. But the nice car, the car we have not seen yet so far, is the 92 BMW M3. This is a very nice yellow. Hot Wheels, the 90s series. Take it back to the 90s with this fan-voted collection. That's kind of cool. So it sounds like this is a car voted in by the fans with this casting. I don't know if the color was also chosen by the fans, but regardless, a beautiful looking BMW. I cannot wait to open this thing up. I bet it just looks stunning out of the package and might as well liberate it, right? So let's just go ahead, set it aside with the other cars that we're going to race. All right, moving on. We've got an 84 Mustang and a Land Rover that were both carryovers from the last case. And then we got another Formula E Gen 2 car. Definitely want to keep collecting these. This one has a little bit of a tampo error on the top there. You can see there's a little chip in the blue of the paint. So not the best tampo on this thing, but yet another one for the collection. Happy to have it. See what else we got. Getting to the end of this case here, we got another Lotus Type 49, Dragster, and Rink Racer, all cars that we have seen before on this series. Very nice, man. The carryover pile is massive for this case. Ooh, we got a beautiful looking car in this one. We've seen the Shelby Cobra and the Kowloon Hypervan in the last case, but this 22 Ford Maverick Custom is a car I've been looking forward to for a long time here. Absolutely beautiful looking car. We got the wheels on this. The wheels on this thing just look so cool. It's a very nice looking pickup truck. I'm hoping that it's fast on the track. It doesn't look like it has a raised splitter or anything to make it actually fast on the orange track, but there's only one way to find out if it's fast, and that's to open it. So let's set it aside and open it. For the distance battle, we've got another Ford Maverick Custom, another Koenigsegg Jesko, and then we've got a 77 Pontiac Firebird. This is a pretty good looking Pontiac. I don't remember the last time Hot Wheels came out with a Pontiac as a mainline, but regardless, this is still a very good color for this casting. I love the red Firebird on the hood. Very good looking tampo there. Definitely going to open it, see how fast it is compared to the others. And then we've got a couple new castings. We've got a Mazda 787B. No super treasure hunt for this thing, but it was in the last case, so I guess that would make sense. We'll set that one to the side. Then we've got 2 new cars for this case. We've got a Mustang Funny Car that is also a Hot Wheels art car, and just look at the deco on this thing. Deco. I don't know why I said Deco. Look at this deco. It's got like a dragon breathing on the side. That is a fantastic looking car. Not the biggest fan of the wheels, but other than that, this is still a pretty good looking car. I don't like the pastel colors for the drag car, but it is an art car, so I understand it. And that dragon decal on the side is very cool. And then here we've got Flippin' Fast. Very cool. I did not know this was coming up so far in the case, but I think it is pretty self-explanatory that the car can drive on either side, which I think is really cool that Hot Wheels is doing something like that. As you can see, there's the special feature up on the top there. I'll give you guys just a second to read this description. Very satisfying. Super excited to see that on the track. And then we have the ASAN Autistic Self-Advocacy Network on the top left of the car, which I think is awesome. Hot Wheels, you killed it with this casting. I will open it, test it out on the track, see how fast it is. And we have our final 3 cars in the case. Pontiac Firebird, the Batmobile, we've both seen before, but then we got a recolor of the Volkswagen ID Buzz in orange. I believe this is the second recolor from when it came out in yellow earlier, and it's a pretty nice looking casting. It is a color that I am not necessarily a fan of for the casting, but I will open it anyways, see how well it does on the distance track against its competitors, and we will just go from there. So that is going to do it for unboxing the Hot Wheels 2024 L case, and we have a ton of cars that are just going to be going up for sale on my Whatnot. So if that interests you, you can go ahead in the description, find my storefront on my Whatnot, and maybe pick yourself up some really cool and brand new Hot Wheels cars for a super low price. I do not try and spike the price up on any of these cars, even the more valuable ones, because I'm just trying to give back some of these cars that I don't need in my collection to you guys who might not be as fortunate to have these kinds of cars. So Whatnot rant aside, let's go ahead and unbox all of these cars that are new to the case, put them on the track, and see which one is faster. Let's get right to it. All right, we've got our 20 cars from this new case on the track, about to take on the distance track to see which one is the fastest in the case. And remember, the top 3 cars from this race will be competing in the Hot Wheels Distance Championship, one of the biggest series on this channel. But for this video, for our purposes, we are just gonna be trying to find out which one is the fastest of the L case. So let's go ahead, unbox these cars, and get started. Let's get started with the first car, my most anticipated car, the Pagani. See what this Pagani can do. Slow around turn 2. It's going to be a decent run, getting onto sector 2 around 41 feet, 191 scale speed. Next up, we got the Formula E. Super curious to see how fast this thing is on the track. Slow-ish around the corners, not very high off the ground. 176 scale speed, not as fast as the Pagani. Next up, we got the Boom Car. Ooh, this Boom Car seems actually pretty quick around turn 2. Just gonna get onto the fat track and then pull a wheelie around the 41 foot mark. 176 scale speed. Actually, that was the speed of the Formula E car, 200 miles an hour for the Boom Car. Next, we got the Lotus Type 49. This casting's a little heavier than I was anticipating. Let's see if it's able to carry its speed well. It doesn't look like it has a lot of speed at all, actually. Slow around turn 2, not even passing the Formula E car. 176 scale speed. Next up, we have the Art Cars Dodge Charger. This Dodge Charger seems super fast. Look at that, on 2 wheels out of turn 2, and he's gonna make it all the way around turn 3. 1,222 scale speed. That's not accurate, but still a great run for the Dodge. Next up, we got the Jaguar F-Type Project 7. I want to see how fast this Project 7 is, because these castings are typically really fast. Look at that, goes straight up the track. It's going to end off just in front of the Boom Car, 210 scale speed. Next up, we got Car de Asada. See what this taco car is able to do. This thing looks pretty quick around the arc. Can it hold its speed well enough? It looks like it ending off around turn 3. 203 scale speed. That's pretty good for the taco car. Next up, we got Terratractyl. I like these case races because you get an opportunity to see cars that wouldn't otherwise take on the track. Look at Terratractyl, an absolutely blazing fast fantasy car. 203 scale speed, not even close to the speed of the Jaguar, but it's still gonna be the farthest car we see at just over 47 feet. That's a pretty good run for the fantasy car. Next up is the Audi Avant RS2. This RS2 looks like it's carrying a good amount of speed through the arc. Around turn 2, he's gonna almost, oh, he does make it all the way around turn 3, ending off right behind the Dodge. 213 scale speed. That's the third fastest car we've seen today. Next up, we got the Chevy Silverado. Wouldn't be surprised if it didn't make it around the arc, but it does. It actually holds its speed around turn 2 as well. It's gonna hit the track lip here at the end of turn 2, but this car is pretty wide, so we're just gonna set it aside where it is. I don't think it'll be competing for the championship, but still happy to see it go all the way around the track. Also 172 for the Chevy. Next up, we got Limited Grip. This drift truck is a pretty fast casting. Let's see how this one's able to do. It isn't showing the speed that its other color was. Gonna end off right in front of the Formula E car at 184 scale speed. Not as fast as I was expecting. Next up, we have the Toyota Tacoma, which unbelievably fits perfectly on the Hot Wheels track with room to spare. Let's see how fast it is. Oh, it's not gonna make it around the arc. I kind of want to try that again because this truck surprised me when it actually fit on the track. All right, I should probably focus a little bit harder on putting this thing on the track so it's just not flipping as soon as I start it. Let's try it again. This time he makes it around the arc. That's what we love to see around turn 2, and look at the speed. If I hadn't given him a run again, he wouldn't have finished in front of the Pagani and clocked in 1,193 miles an hour. Very good run for the truck. Next up, we got the BMW M3. Love the color of this M3. This thing is super fast. Look at its speed around turn 3. This thing is going to be the fastest car we've seen so far today. 216 scale speed, and the M3 is going to clock it at just over 48 feet on the distance track. That is championship contention right there. Next up, we got the Police Mazda RX-7. RX-7 pretty low to the ground. I could hear it hitting those blue track connectors. Not going to pull out any magical speed that we have not seen from these cars already. 184 scale speed, finishing just in front of Limited Grip. Next up, we got Deora 2. Ooh, Deora's fast around the arc and fast around turn 2. It looks like it carries its speed pretty well. Around turn 3 is going to finish off just behind the 44-foot mark. Not bad. Deora 2, not bad. 184 scale speed for the Deora. Next, we've got a recolor of the Volkswagen ID Buzz. This thing is flying. It is faster on both of those turns. Let's see how well it keeps its speed around turn 3. And it looks like it's going to do extremely well, taking the lead for the case race, passing the BMW M3, clocking in 225 scale speed. This thing is blazing fast. I said this thing had championship potential. This thing has championship potential. Next up, we got the flip car. Not sure which side of the flip car to actually race, but look at the speed this thing's pulling out on the track. Spins out on the back stretch just in front of the Pterodactyl. A very good run, clocking in 1,235 miles an hour. This is the third fastest car we've seen, and he pulls in front into third by a very slim margin. Next up, we got the Mustang Funny Car. This thing actually has a lot of speed. Wasn't expecting it. He's going to make it to the second sector around turn 3. Not a performance to be ashamed of at all for the drag car. We got 200 scale speed on the speed trap. Second to last, we got the Pontiac Firebird. See what this Firebird can do. He's slow around the arc, slow around turn 2, the slowest car we've seen. I was not expecting this American muscle car to be the slowest car on the track. But there we go, second to last car, slowest car on the grid. And for our last car, we've got the Ford Maverick Custom. See how well this thing does on the track. Quick around turn 2, but it doesn't look like he's gonna carry his speed well enough around turn 3 to make it into the top 3 of the case. Still a phenomenal run for the Ford, 203 scale speed. And that is going to do it for the case race, with the Ford finishing off at exactly 44 feet. Pretty good run, but it's going to be the Volkswagen ID in first, the BMW M3 in second, and then the flip car finishes in third, right in front of the Terratractyl. Some great representation for the fantasy cars going to be happening in the Distance Championship, but it has been settled. The Volkswagen ID is the fastest casting in the Hot Wheels 2024 L case. Unbelievable racing and some great cars. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep your head up and your eyes open for these cars to go up for sale on my Whatnot. By the time this video comes out, they should be up for sale already. And then keep an eye out for these super fast cars that take on the Distance Championship coming to the channel very soon. But that is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for the continuous support on this channel. It means the world to me, and I hope you guys enjoy all the content coming to the page soon. So take it easy, and I'll see you later. Peace!